pharmaceutical scientist is going to get you, Pogo.
Welcome to Classic Game Room, where it's always a good time for a game of beer and a cold, refreshing glass of Grand Theft Auto 3. Cue the explosive montage. It's time to rock. Grand Theft Auto 3 was a life-changing experience for me when I first put it into my PlayStation 2 way back when in 2001 and realized what video games could finally do. They could do this. What I'd always been waiting for after years of playing King's Quest and Wasteland and intentionally destroying people's lives in SimCity. I wanted to experience it like this in an open world sandbox environment free of consequences with good music, humor, lots of action, and solid gameplay. Grand Theft Auto 3 has all of that. I was already a fan of GTA 1 on the PlayStation, GTA 2 on the Dreamcast, and this one blew me away within like 5 seconds. I remember clearly sitting on the couch in my apartment back then, turning it on and being like, holy crap, it has arrived. And like hundreds of hours later, I think I was only 40% of the way through the storyline, because all I would do is this, just run around, steal cars, and just get in gunfights. And run over people. I recently found my old PS2 memory card with my old GTA 3 save game data on it, after not having played it for years, because frankly after Vice City came out there was no reason to. I borrowed the game from my buddy Dan, along with Super Smash Bros. Brawl, talk about two good games at once, and immediately embarked on a trip back to old school Liberty City to rain chaos, carnage, and mayhem from above. I kind of feel bad for the virtual people that live here because they probably got used to not having me around. I mean, all I would do is basically just start a war with everybody until I got blown up, and then I would do it again. But that's always been the strength of the GTA series, because the missions get repetitive after a while. For some reason, this never gets old. What was once revolutionary has now been emulated many times, but GTA 3 has a certain charm about it that's never quite been duplicated. It was surpassed with Vice City and San Andreas, but those built upon and expanded the already successful formula seen here. Nowadays, this is a classic that you can play on your iPad or tablet. But the controls aren't quite the same. A PlayStation 2 controller just feels right. If you like these games and for some reason you've never played GTA 3, you should. But it's been copied so many times by now that you'll never feel the same sense of amazement that we did when it was new. I mean, who can really forget the first time you picked up a hooker, regained your health, and then ran them over to get your money back? It's so much filthier than just about anything that came out beforehand, yet it pulls it off effortlessly, with a smile on its face and a lot of charm. Before the flamethrower in Vice City, we had to rely on Molotov cocktails. And how about those of us who dreamed to fly? How much airtime could you get with the dodo? 8 seconds was my record. How about that Liberty City public transportation system? And how many hidden packages could you find? Look, you could even drive a boat. Thanks to this game, Grand Theft Auto is now one of the most recognizable game series in history, like Super Mario Bros., Pac-Man, Call of Duty. It's Grand Theft Auto, and this is GTA 3. It's super cheap for your PlayStation 2, or just download it for your whatever. It's awesome. And remember, the citizens of old school Liberty City have done a lot for you, so pay them back with kindness.